guys, welcome back for another video. Today I'm doing my part 2 of my garden tour. It's a beautiful overcast day. I've just come back from a girls camp and had a little nap, and I'm still super tired, so I look a little worn out, but that's okay. I wanted to get this done because it's the perfect evening to do this. Hopefully you saw the part 1 of my garden tour, which was my front and side yard, which is my garden boxes. That video came before this one, and now we're gonna do part 2 of my backyard. Look how beautiful and full this rose is. This is a knockout rose. I call them kind of the parking lot rose, but I really do love it. It's beautiful and bright. This is its 3rd year, and wow, they are not kidding when they say the 1st year they sleep, the 2nd year they creep, and the 3rd year they leap, because this is just massive. And I even cut it back pretty good. I do have some aphids on quite a few of my roses. I think they're all going to be all right. Hopefully all my good bugs will take care of them. Let's go down these stairs and take a look at this area here. I came back in the fall and planted this lamb's ear, and it's done really well. I do not like the lamb's ear shoots. I thought I'd leave them and see how much I like them, the bloom shoots that they have. They have these little purple flowers on them, but they're not my favorite. But I'll probably just leave these ones for now. I did go back and cut back some of them. But this is a good spot because it's kind of drought tolerant. This doesn't get a ton of water. And I transplanted some Juga back here. It's so easy to transplant, and it's done really well. It's done blooming, but I like the color that adds next to this. And then around here, we still have some tulips out soaking in the sun. And so things look a little full. But I came in here and planted these vinca, and one is finally blooming, and it's so beautiful. I love that it's a light pink. I have the name in a video where I planted these. I think it was the same video where I planted my window box up. But I love the pink center they have here that matches this pink right here. And then I think this pink looks so beautiful next to these orange. And you can see this Lady of Shalott does have a little bit of pink on it in the cooler weather. And it's so pretty. So I think this flower is perfect right here. Some of them are struggling a little bit, so we'll see how they do. I mean, I don't know if these 3 are going to make it. And I can't find any more of these color, but we'll just keep seeing how they do. And the lavender is blooming right here, which is really, really pretty. This rose is beautiful, and look how pretty it is next to this knockout rose. Such a stunning rose. This is one of my favorite David Austin roses. This is a repeat bloomer, so it's just gonna bloom and bloom and bloom all summer. This is its 2nd year. It's on this obelisk, and look how massive it is, you guys. It is so beautiful, and I love how they turn from like this orange color with a little bit of pink to this light peach color. So stunning. Come around here. Ton more blooms on all sides of it. One of my favorite roses for sure. I'm going to do a separate rose tour video, I think, and peony together, but I just wanted to show you it as well, but I'll probably go in a little more detail in that video. Okay, so then my garden's right here. That was part of my part 1, just kind of giving you a point of reference here. Let's look at this before we head on over to the shed area. One of my favorite plants is this pink baby's breath ground cover. Look how beautiful this is, you guys, and it's so pretty coming out against these stairs here. I've talked about it a few times. And then my woolly thyme is starting to bloom. It's got this nice purple bloom. It'll bloom for a bit and then it will go back, and I love this in the winter. It stays, it's like evergreen, but it turns a little bit of a bronzy purple color, and it's really pretty, and it's really soft to walk on. Here, I'll take my shoe off and show you how fun it is and soft to walk on. It's filled in this like crevice here where my stairs are very nicely, but you do have to be careful because it does get bees on it. So you kind of have to watch where you're stepping. And then over here I have some more lamb's ear. It's in bloom right now, so it's a little bit crazy, but I'm gonna leave it for now. That's the only plant that I could find that would work right here because it's such a dry spot, and I do have a sprinkler right there, so I really should probably cut this back so that sprinkler can kind of get this other area here. But I have some more of those knockout roses. I have another ground cover in here too that you can't really see too much, and it's kind of trying to work here. I can't remember exactly which one this is, but it's really pretty too. But it didn't do quite as good as this woolly thyme. Then I have some hens and chicks that are dark, and some more lighter hens and chicks down here. Get a little closer. So pretty. And then also in here I have this And this is the Proven Winners version. Look how pretty that is. And I love it in this spot here with that purple, with that pink. There's going to be some white here. I'll show you here. These are like the key lime pie dianthus. That green center, so pretty. These will bloom, and then they'll then I'll cut them back, and these will really just be mostly silver foliage, the few sporadic blooms here and there throughout the rest of the summer. So if I ever get dianthus, I always make sure to get this silvery one because it adds that color. So even when they're done blooming, you'll still get a pop of color from the silver. So that's just what I've learned about dianthus, because otherwise I feel like they bloom and they're done and then they don't do much else. But I also planted some seeds back here, and I was gone. I don't know how well this area got watered. I see a few popping up. Like here's one right here. And there's a couple over here. So we'll see. I don't know. It's kind of hard to do seeds when I'm going out of town. I might have to come in and do another round. But they're going to be African marigolds, and so they'll be a pale yellow color, and I think that will be so pretty against that pink and then this beautiful kind of purpley blue color. Hopefully those will work out, because I was really looking forward to this area. Here's the creek. We've got a hammock set up with some bright orange straps that aren't super pretty, but oh my goodness, here's my mama duck with all her babies. Let's try to zoom in. I'll come down here and kind of get him going downstream. Okay. Go down this other way, guys. Hi. Hi, you guys are so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, I let Piper out. Don't get those duckies. Those are no. I think they're gonna move down the creek though, hopefully. They're down there. They're so cute. Okay, right over here we have Sir John's wort, and it's done much better in this spot. It used to be over here and I moved it here. Not really blooming yet. And then we have some lemon coral sedum popping through that I planted last year, which will be really great here. As you can see, this is a very dry spot. And then I have another one of these plants that I planted out front. I can't remember the name of it, but it's done blooming. It's a spring bloomer, and then it should fill in this area of this rock. It's really nice here. But I really do love the color green it is. It's a cooler tone green. And then I have some of these heather here that are done blooming. They were purple. Now they look kind of just like little pine shrubs. Evening primrose, which isn't ready to bloom in phlox. And you can see that the salvia is really the star of the show right now. Look how beautiful that is. With the delphinium in the back, that blue, so pretty. And with my tree here. Then we have the gold chetski, I think. And love that pop of green. Then we have some daisies that will bloom right after these gorgeous salvia. I love these. These are the back to the fuchsia salvias. And as you can see, the bees absolutely love them. But look at the purple behind it. Oh my gosh. I really need to stake up those delphinium though. And then we have some, what are these called, you guys? They're not sunflowers. What are they? I'll put it on the screen. They bloom mostly in the fall, but I love them around my pines, so I have quite a few here. I'm surprised they have blooms already, though. I felt like they bloom a little bit longer, but maybe they just go into the fall. And then my beautiful, stunning angel wings next to that delphinium. Look how beautiful that pop is. So glad those came back this year. I just love them. A juga that I transplanted, and then I have this gorgeous 9-bark. This is a smaller one, so this will stay a little bit smaller. I didn't want anything too tall to block the view of the creek down there. And I love the dark purple. It's kind of a dark green actually, but it's a stunning color next to this spirea. I just love them. When you look out into the yard, it's just such a bright green. I have some coral bells in here, and I love the red. You guys, it's so pretty. These are my favorite. I have kind of one in each spot, but eventually I'm gonna come and do like 3 or 4 in a grouping, or 5 to make a bigger impact, but I'll kind of slowly do that. And then here I have a big grouping of I think these are the Serendipity Allium from Proven Winners. I think that's the name. They are so pretty, and I love the grassy look that they give before they bloom, and those will give us a big show later on in the season. Then my yarrow here is blooming, starting to bloom, and this is a really good spot for it because it's kind of dry up here on the top of this hill. Then I planted right there a hibiscus, and I'm super excited about that one, and it's going to have darker foliage if you can't tell. And it's going to be really beautiful filling up that corner there. Then I have a few of this grass here. Can't remember the name. One thing that I'm really excited about here is my hydrangea hedge. And I have all these alliums in here. They're kind of at the end of their bloom, but look how pretty they are. They're not as bright colored. I thought they were all purple. These are the gladiator, but some of them are white, which I actually don't mind. So I'll probably come in and add a few more white ones because there wasn't any white ones down on this end. But they were so pretty. I'll give you a view on the other side when we're there. I think they'll look a little prettier when my hydrangea hedges are a little bit bigger, but I am surprised how many blooms these are throwing out. I planted them in the fall. I truly recommend planting hydrangeas and plants in the fall because they just come back bigger than they would, I think, if you planted them in spring. Look how many of these big hydrangea balls I'm gonna get. These are the Incredible hydrangeas. And I cannot wait till they start blooming, and they will bloom all summer. So excited about it. And then I have this boxwood hedge to be in front of it that will eventually all be one hedge. One of my favorite parts of the yard for sure. So pretty. Then I came in here and I really wanted some plants that are going to hang over the side of this wall. So I planted a bubblegum supertunia, some mizu, another supertunia, sweet potato vine, which is struggling a little bit, but they do great, so I'm not too worried about it. And then another supertunia bubblegum, another sweet potato vine. I bought another sweet potato vine to go right here because I felt like this area needed a little bit more, and this mizu didn't quite make it, so I got another mizu. I'm going to probably put it right here just to kind of balance it out, but this will be so pretty looking down. Let's get the other view here. You know, see the different colors hanging down the side of this, and it's going to be so stunning. And then here's another view of the alliums that, like I said, are kind of fading. But you can come in here with spray paint. I've heard of people doing that and making them last a little bit longer. But they just add such magic to the garden, I think. They're so pretty and whimsical. Okay, and then coming over here, we have our pear tree, which is doing really great. This never seems to struggle with aphids. Oh dear. Just thin that pear off. I didn't mean to do that. Where's some more pears? There better be more, unless I just broke the only one. There's more on there. Anyway, it's fine. Is there? Oh, that might have been the only pear we got. Anyway, this is a Bartlett pear, so I'm super excited. It's the first year we're gonna have fruit, maybe, unless I got rid of the only one. Here's my peach tree. It's struggled quite a bit with aphids, but it's kind of bouncing back, and it's got quite a few peaches on here. I do need to come here and see if I need to thin, but I don't think I'm going to. I think it's pretty good. There's not too many on here. I did have to spray some aphids off, and so I think some of them didn't get pollinated, so there's not a ton, but it's the first year we're going to get fruit off of this because we've had to move it several times, and so I'm super excited about that. It's kind of nice to have two little fruit trees here. I potted up these pots here, and my husband is helping me out with this sprinkler line here so we can get drip to this before we go out of town again. But I'm loving these little lollipop topiaries out here in these pots, so I'm going to get drip line to them. And then I planted up these pots, and they're going to be so pretty when they're all in bloom, but we're just kind of waiting, being patient and waiting a few weeks. This one's the same as the other side. This is kind of part sun. This is a part sun area, so we'll see how these plants do. I tried to pick ones that were good. I transplanted some creeping jenny. Some of it made it, some of it didn't, so we'll just wait and see what happens. The lamian looks pretty sad, but now it's bounced back. I literally just kind of ripped it out of the ground and stuck it in here, and I didn't think it was going to make it, but man, that stuff is hardy. Look at this one. It was really just sad for a while, but now it's just thriving, so I'm happy about that. It's kind of nice when you can take plants from your own yard. And one of the things I'm most excited about this year is this. Look at you guys, it's starting to bloom, and I'm loving the red. Like, who am I This is such a beautiful red color though. It is kind of a purple toned red. It's not showing up as deep on camera, but you can kind of see it more as you stand back here. But these Super Tunia Cobalts haven't even bloomed yet. And so when that purple color gets in there, it's gonna be so pretty. Now again, I'm kind of thinking about the 4th of July, but I'm gonna try not to. One of my favorite new plants that I have planted is this Mizu. It is amazing, you guys. Look at how well this hangs over. It's so beautiful, and it's just the pop of green in here. Look, I mean, look how pretty that is. And it's just barely starting to grow. I just know it's gonna be trailing down here, and it's gonna be so pretty. This is just one of my favorite things in my yard right now, and look how pretty it is with this. My Rose of Sharon in my pot here. I need to get a drip line to that as well. And the Creeping Jenny. This is, I think this is blue chiffon. It's gonna have blue blooms, but they've got a nice garden going down here, which is really nice. This is gonna be kind of my cut flower garden. I haven't really done that before, but I haven't had time to really get to it. I had these extra plants and I just stuck them in here, and I'm just gonna have my daughter or son water them while we're gone. I wanna put them in different parts of the yard, but there's like weed cloth and all that, and I just don't have time for it. So I just stuck them in here. They'll get watered. And so I've got some sunflowers here. These are a proven winner variety that I'll put down. They've been in my garage for a long time, but they're doing okay here. And then I'm gonna come in when I get back and plant a bunch of zinnia seeds in here, and maybe some other seeds to do a little cut flower garden. I just haven't quite gotten to that yet. And I think that's what I'm gonna do with this area. It gets a lot of sun, it's super exposed. Once I get this drip line, I'm gonna run it over here. So this will have drip line as well. Around here by the creek, oh my goodness, it's such a beautiful day. And it's that time of night where it's starting to cool down and you can feel the cool breeze. Anyway, look how beautiful the creek is. I'll let you listen to it for a minute. Oh my gosh, here comes the baby duckies. Are still out. Okay, some plumbago here. This is the Vinca minor filling in, not as quickly as I want it to, but I'm going to try to be patient. This area always looks kind of dry, but as soon as that fills in, it's going to be fine. We lost this tree. It didn't quite make it. We need to pull it out. And this base is just driving me crazy, but we'll get it out. This is the Helen von Stein's lamb's ear, and it's pretty. I kind of like it better than the other one I have. And it's filling in this area really nicely. I have some daisies here. I have some Veronica, which is white, starting to bloom down here. And then I definitely want to get some more of this Haconacloa in here. I just want like 5 in here, or maybe 3, just filling these area. Look at that beautiful pop of color. Look back the blooms of this Brennera. I like them, they're pretty. I left a few of them that were shorter. They're really pretty, but after a while it was just like a lot. There was a lot happening. It was kind of busy. It's actually really busy down here. It's beautiful, but there's a lot happening. So I came in and cut them back. Got my fern in here. What's this? A Western sword fern. Look at them. So pretty. This is my, put the name on the screen, but it's a hydrangea that I moved, and I think this is going to be the perfect spot for it. And it's a well transplanting, and it's going to be the perfect spot in here. Look at all these pansies that are still just thriving down here. Soon they'll die. I mean, it's going to get really hot this week, and so I'm sure when I come back, they're all going to be dead. It'll be nice to kind of pull those out. Look at the cute little ducks over there. I'll let this ground cover fill in, and then I think I'll just do like little pockets of things, groupings, instead of just everything separate. So I'll probably move things around in here as this vinca grows in, and hopefully I'll be happy with the vinca. I think it'll be really nice. It is an evergreen, so it will stay evergreen in the winter, which will be really nice to have this whole like forest floor be evergreen. And then they have the Empress Wu Haas, its 2nd year, and obviously this is going to get huge, so I'm really excited about that one. I have these ferns. I'll put the name on the screen. They stay kind of small and dainty. I think I really like the Western sword ferns a little bit more. I have this grouping of Jack of Diamonds, Brennera, and another one, and I'll put them on the screen, but I'm hoping to have this whole area filled in with Brennera. I just think that'll be so pretty along the path here. But I think the stars of the show right now are these pansies. And then I have some Mondo grass in here, and it's hard to see in this dirt. I think it'll be nice once I get all this ground cover in to be able to see it, and hopefully they'll be tall enough that they won't get swallowed up by it. Want to maybe put a low ground cover in front of them that's green, so these will stand out and pop a little bit more. But I love this Mondo grass. It is so beautiful. Some more of the beautiful coral bells. This is my favorite one by far. Love this pinky red. So beautiful. I love them. And then I have a grouping of Mondo grass here. Like I said, I'll probably do like a lower green ground cover in here so they show up a little bit more. Need to be a little bit more patient with the vinca though and let it grow in, but you can see it's starting to fill in. There's a few weeds in there, but most of that's vinca. Some more hostas. See, I like how I've done this bigger grouping of the coral bells here because it just makes a bigger impact, and I kind of surrounded this Liriope. This will fill in this whole area, and these bloom in the fall, beautiful white blooms, so that's really fun for there too. And then I'm hoping this summer we kind of use this as a natural pathway. We're going to come in here and put some stairs in here, and then I'll just have flowers filling in all around it. I've got ladies mantle. This is only its second year and it's done really, really well. Can't wait to see what it looks like its third year. But look how beautiful it is with the water beads on it. One of my favorite plants. Then these are going to bloom out yellow and be super pretty. I have two, so I have one here and one here. And then these have totally leafed out really big. These are Lenten roses or hellebore, and their blooms last forever. I mean, these have been going since like February. And then they just get, their leaves get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I love how they fill up against these rocks here. And then I wanted these to be around the steps a little bit, and this has done really well in here. This is Lamium, of course. Then I have a caramel coral bell and a different variety that I just bought that I thought was the same, but it's not, but it still looks nice with each other, so it's totally fine. And then some more variegated iris along the path here, some western sword ferns. I've been trying really hard to get these heuchera to stay established. I planted a few in here of the same color, but they have a hard time, but I'm just going to keep trying until they take. So I'm going to have the purple back here, then we'll have a patch of that color with the ferns in front and the ajuga kind of underneath. I planted some impatiens here just to see how they do in this area. It really is hard to keep this area watered, but I just wanted to see how they did here in the shade. I have here a reblooming hydrangea, and it's not doing well. Everything I plant here struggles. I do not know why. It's kind of weird. I don't know if it gets too wet or too dry. It's right here by the creek, and I'm just struggling with it. I need to find something that I think will go there. I'm really sad because I was looking forward to that plant, but I really don't think it's going to make it. I don't know. The soil's just weird here. I'll just keep trying different plants because I definitely want something there. Different sedum varieties growing in here, which is nice, and some weeds. And then here's the other one of the Ito peony, and it had a yellow bloom, and I didn't love it as much as I wanted to. I feel kind of sad saying that, but the blooms were just gone so fast. So we'll see how it does next year. It's really pretty, but I really like my herbaceous peonies quite a bit more. The blooms on them, I just like them a little bit more. I need to give it some time. This is a little lime hydrangea, and I think it's going to be beautiful right here. And I love that it's against this darker foliage, and this will stay nice and green all summer. The herbaceous peony foliage kind of dies back and isn't as pretty, but I think this is supposed to last a little longer, so that's really nice. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we have some Gara here, some whirling butterflies, and you can see they're starting to bloom, and these are so pretty in the wind. They kind of blow around, as you can see here. I'll kind of move it in the wind, and they look like little butterflies floating around. Along the creek, I have some different sedum varieties and a dianthus that is starting to bloom. That's all I can really do along here because Piper just like runs along here. Eventually we'll figure it out, and we usually kind of cut back these weeds. Beautiful waterfall, beautiful day. And then here I'm trying the new hoopla. Super excited about them. I hope they do well in this spot. They were a little sad when I came back out of town, but hopefully they'll fill in really nice. And not too much going on over here, but right here we've got my beautiful Atlas roses from Proven Winners. Love them so much. And then I planted some sparkling amethyst here. I've got 3 of them, and that's gonna be so pretty, like a light soft purple in through here at the base around this area, which will be really nice because it's kind of dry and bare looking, and I think those will fill in nice. But look how beautiful it's looking up here. I'm so glad I moved that spirea forward in front of that catmint, and then I have the serendipity alliums, and then I'll have these beautiful kind of reddish pink cone flowers, and that whirling butterflies up there, and it's gonna just be so pretty. I actually have another catmint up there as well, so it'll be like a bigger grouping of the catmint. And then that pine there, the irises are done blooming. They were so pretty. And then some varieties of sedum that are done blooming. I really love this lamb's ear ground cover. I need to cut back the blooms though, it fills in so nicely. But this is my pin cushion flower, one of my favorites. Look how pretty. It does start to look like this in the center, which kind of drives me nuts. I think that means though, maybe I need to do some research that you should probably move it or split it. And so I might come in and do that later. But look at that, so pretty. And then with the angel wings, Senecio, love it. This is the Boogie Woogie blooming. Penstemon, which will bloom later, and then look at my peonies starting to bloom. Look how pretty that is with the catmint back here. Let me move it up a little bit. And I added this dwarf mugo pine, and I love it. I'm gonna add something with reddish, something right here, red or purple foliage. That it really needs something just in that corner. I did put something in there, the heuchera, but you can't really see it in there. I need something bigger. And then I planted some pink cashmere, Superbena, and some bubblegum pink Supertunias in here. I think that'll be really pretty, but I love these peonies. Let's get a closer look. Look at those. The Ito peonies just didn't have like this fluffy look. These are kind of droopy. I didn't get my cages on them in time, but it's okay. I like that this rock kind of is in front of them. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love these so much. These are so worth it. I'll probably get a few more in here. I just love them. And then here I'm gonna have the whirling butterfly gara right here, which is gonna add a little bit of whimsy. Loving it this year. I'm so glad I moved things around. These are getting ready to bloom. And then these are in bloom right here. I don't know the name of these, but look at them. This is my favorite peony by far. Well, that pink one's pretty. But I love that these are like pink lemonade. They've got this pink center and then the yellow around it. And I mean, it's huge. It's my whole hand. Pretty big hands too. But look. Look at that, you guys. So beautiful. Oh my goodness. I love this one so much. And then this one's like a little shootout of something right there. I don't know where that one came from. And then this barberry, I love the color. I decided these poppies just do nothing. So I want something in front of it. Like this is a barberry, it's a dwarf version though, so it's not gonna get too big. I'm gonna come in and put another one. And I think those laying on top of that are gonna be so pretty. So I've decided I'm gonna do another barberry here and move these poppies. I'll probably move them out where they can get more sun, maybe out in front here. Maybe I'll move them right here. And I found these balls at World Market, and I've been looking for cement balls, and these weren't too bad. I think the bigger one was $34. The smaller one was like $24. And I'm so happy. I love what they add. That might not be where I keep them, but I just kind of plopped them in. And I love what they add. Look how pretty the spirea are with that barberry bush. And then I planted these bare root roses in here. These are the Gertrude Jekyll, and they're gonna have this beautiful pink color like here. And I just love looking out at this pink color. So we'll have this pink color in the spring. We'll have the pink tulips early spring. These in early summer. And then in summer, we'll have the Gertrude Jekyll pink here. And I cannot wait. I have a few plants that I'm gonna plant here. And so this area is going to be filled up a little higher in the back, which I'm excited about, but I haven't gotten to yet. And then over here, not much is blooming quite yet. Got a little lime hydrangea, some more gara, some daisies. And then I did plant this, I think it's called Peachy Keen verbena. Look at that delphinium. Oh my gosh, how stunning is that? I'm so glad it's summer, you guys. I'm going to start over here. My clematis, we got a new barbecue. Our other one like rotted through the bottom. So it looks a little better over here. And we got a cover for it this time. I'll put a video of my clematis because it was blooming. It's kind of spent, but look at how pretty these are. Maybe I won't need to insert a video, but this whole thing was full, as you can imagine. And they're just kind of done blooming. Whoops. So pretty. And then this heuchera, I need to come back, and it has, my bushes are really fuzzy, but I'm not getting to those yet. Beautiful foliage of these hellebores, and like I said, they've been blooming for months and months. Pretty soon I'm going to cut back the flowers, and then we'll just have this foliage in here, just really pretty kind of ground cover. And then we have this hydrangea in here that's not quite blooming, and then I cut back all the spent irises, but aren't these so pretty? I left the ones that were still blooming a little bit, but those are pretty much done. Daisies are going to be blooming pretty soon. Look how crazy and wild they are growing into my pine tree. And then the lady's mantle. Oh my gosh, look how pretty. I cut back these because they were done blooming, the ajuga, and this hosta just filled in so nicely. But look how pretty that lady's mantle is tucked in there. I'm kind of tempted to add another one back in here somewhere, but it's getting kind of full in here. That campanula is just so beautiful. It's a little busy right here because I have the daffodil foliage still out collecting energy from the sun to the bulb, but I'm probably, when I get back in town, I'll cut back all those and it won't be so busy. But I love how this campanula is just like growing through here. Look how pretty that is. A lot of purple in here. I need to kind of figure out if I want all this purple in here. I mean, it's just a mass of purple. This delphinium, oh my goodness. Look at that blue. You don't really get many flowers that are blue. Like I said, I need to come back in and stake these up because when the wind comes, those are probably going to get knocked down. This is looking a little sad. I don't know what's wrong with it. I might take it out. And I think I've heard that these only last a couple years and then they start to get kind of sad. So we'll see. We'll see how that does. Then look, I'm starting to get little blooms on my luminary opalescence flock, which I have in the front as well, and some over by the creek over here, and I just love it so much. It's one of my favorite flowers. I added a few more this year that I didn't film, but these are going to be tall and beautiful in the summer. I have this hummingbird mint. This is like the tangerine one. You can see it's starting to bloom. This is a proven winners plant. Put the name on the screen. And then we have this, which I could never remember the name. Love this hosta. I definitely want to add more of these in this area. So I think I'm going to come in and do like a grouping of these hostas in here because this one's done really well here. Planted as Super Tunia bubblegum in there. This lupine are kind of the stars of the show right here now too. Eventually I'm going to add a few more in here to have a bigger impact. I might try to get like a pale yellow in here mixed with that. I think that would be so pretty. This lemon ice wort, something like that, is almost done blooming. One of my favorite flowers. It just blooms for quite a while and it's so pretty. I have another Super Tunia bubblegum I planted here. The phlox is done blooming. The osteosperm and ground cover closes up at night, but it's a beautiful kind of pinky purple color. And I have some up here too. I didn't think this one was going to bloom, but it did. A pine, some daisies, and a burning bush, which is random. And then some more campanula. This is the third year. So a lot of plants in my yard this year are third year, like those daisies. I don't know if you can see how huge those are, but they're just massive. Third year. So huge. I don't realize how big plants are going to get. And so it's good to see the third year to be like, okay, I need to space things a little bit further than I think. But I love how this just like falls over the rocks here. Definitely a beautiful plant. And then it'll just be green. And then once this is done, the Super Tunia bubblegum will be blooming over here. And then I also planted, I think this is a pink cashmere supervena through here. So we'll still have a little bit of ground cover over these rocks once these spring ground covers are done blooming. So this is the same thing, the lemon ice one up here that's almost done blooming. So this area is turning out nice. But let's take a look at this Upper Creek rock garden area. I love the purple tree in the back there. I just love looking out here, seeing how this is turning out. Really nice. Here's the waterfall, the fire pit. I had some lantana, and this area gets really dry, so I thought this is going to be a perfect spot. So I put a lantana here, here, and here, and they're the kind of the pink and lemony colored ones, and I'm excited to see how they do here. You can kind of see what kind of pink they are. I got one little bloom. They looked kind of sad in my garage, so we'll see how they do. Okay, this area right here. So this area I wanted to keep fairly simple because this area over here is kind of busy. So I have in here another super Bina pink cashmere. I'm really just excited about that plant. I've got it plopped all over my yard. Another cat's pajamas nepeta here. That one's drought tolerant and will do well here. The spirea to add a little bit of brightness. The daisies, these yellow pansies I have loved. So I wanted to do some more pale yellow. So I have this pale yellow, but I didn't realize how much red it would have on the outside before it bloomed, which is kind of fun. So these are the nonstop white begonias right here. And then I can't remember the variety of this. I did a whole planting video of this area and all that information's on there. And then this is the first year I'm trying out the coleus. And I came through and I heard you're supposed to pinch it to have it be wider instead of big and scraggy. I came through and pinched it this morning. This is just be a big mass of coleus right here to add kind of a pink. This has a little touch of pink, and I think that's going to be so pretty to bring out the pink of the flowers that I planted over here. Another little coleus in my barberry bush. Cut back the shoots on this lamb's ear. Another coleus. Some nonstop white begonias. I got some thrift here doing so pretty right here. Love this little plant. I need to do a little grouping of this right here. Pink cashmere superbina, pink cashmere superbina, more coleus, and then more coleus right here, which I think will fill this area in nicely. This is the year I'm trying out coleus. We'll see how I do. That hammock's been really fun out here. We've really enjoyed it. Okay, so we've talked about this area in here. I have some more lavender here. And then let's go around to this area here. I don't think I talked about the base of this flower bed. I wanted some pale yellow flowers to go in here, so I put some petunias in here. I've got some small mondu grass, it's like a dwarf version, and then another yellow petunia there. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Over the stairs. It's so cute. Can't handle it. And as you can see, that woolly thyme is even creeped all the way down here. So pretty. Another back to the fuchsia. You'll always find a bee busily working on this plant. Gorgeous. So in here I did like pink and a darker pink reddish geranium, and they're doing well. They're just kind of working on rooting in. Haven't got a ton of blooms out of them yet, but they're filling out very nicely. So I'm excited to see how those do. This is like my back swoop where I like to plant a lot of annuals. And then I can come back here and get all this spent foliage now of the crocuses. And then as you can see, I've got a bunch of sedum popping through in all different areas of this. This is really nice. So this is the last area back here that we have. Oh no, I've got one more thing to show you over here. I think it might need some water. I'm still working on my drip line over here. It's not perfect, but I have the chiffon supertunias from Proven Winners, which is new, sparkling amethyst verbena. And then I put some ivy in here. This is still alive. This was the star jasmine. This one's getting ready to bloom. It survived. It's not really supposed to survive in my zone, but it did okay. I thought this one died all the way, but it didn't, and so I thought, oh, I'll just put it back in and see if it reroots. But I did plant some ivy in here and wrapped it around, and I thought it'd be growing a little quicker, but it's not. Maybe when it gets hotter. I'm hoping that fills in this trellis that we put in here in the cement wall a little bit better. That should be really pretty, but it's not quite blooming yet. So anyway, that is the full backyard. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think the next garden tour, things are just going to be really, really blooming. So I'm super excited about that. Look at the beautiful snow-capped mountains. So glad we still have some snow up there. I love to look at the snow-capped mountains. But thanks for watching as I polish my garden, and I hope you guys are working on polishing your garden too, or at least you're getting inspired to, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.